Jiǎ Dān. Jiǎ Dān simplified Chinese, Jiǎ Dān traditional Chinese, Jiǎ Dān pinyin, Jiǎ Dān 730–805, courtesy name Dunshi and formerly Duke Yuanjing of Wei Yuanjing Gong, was a Chinese scholar official, general geographer and cartographer from Cangzhou, Hebei during the background. Jiǎ Dān was born in 730 during the reign of Emperor Xuanzong. His family was from Kang Prefecture Cangzhou, in modern Cangzhou, Hebei, and traced its ancestry to the Han Dynasty official Jiǎ Yi through officials of Cao Wei, Jin Dynasty 266–420, Liu Song, Southern Kai, Liang Dynasty, Northern Kai, Northern Zhou Sui Dynasty, and Tang Dynasty. Both his grandfather Jiǎ Yi and father Jiǎ Yuanyan served as county-level officials. Career. Early career. During Emperor Xuanzong's Tianbao era 742–756, Jiǎ Dān passed the imperial examinations and was made the sheriff of Linqing County Linqing, in modern Liaocheng, Shandong. After he submitted suggestions on the matters of the times to Emperor Xuanzong, he was moved to be the sheriff of Zhengping County Zhengping, in modern Yuncheng Shaanxi, closer to the capital Chang'an, and therefore considered a promotion despite it being the same level of office. While the general Wang Xili served as the military governor Ji of Hedong Circuit Hedong, headquartered in modern Taiyuan, Shaanxi, Wang invited him to serve as secretary. While serving under Wang, Jiǎ was promoted to be the deputy mayor of Taiyuan Municipality and deputy military governor. He later served as the prefect of Fen Prefecture Fenzhou, in modern Linfen, Shaanxi, for 7 years and was known for ruling the prefecture well. Jiǎ was then recalled to Chang'an to serve as the Minister of Vassal Affairs Honglu King, which included the responsibilities of receiving and entertaining foreign emissaries, as well as imperial funerals and the command of 2 units of the imperial guards, the Weiyuan Camp Weiyuanying. As the Minister of Vassal Affairs, he would have met with foreign envoys in order to acquire information about their native countries. This included cultural customs as well as geographic information, as a map was drawn after the geographic information was acquired from the interview. Historian Edward Schaeffer states that it is no doubt that Jiǎ's remarkable knowledge of foreign geography was derived from these interviews with foreign delegates and diplomats. In 779, during the reign of Emperor Xuanzong's grandson Emperor Daizong, Jiǎ was made the prefect of Liang Prefecture Liangzhou, in modern Hanzhong, Shaanxi, and the military governor of Shannan West Circuit Shennan Zidao, headquartered at Liang Prefecture. During Emperor Daizong's reign, in 781, during the reign of Emperor Daizong's son Emperor Daizong, when Liang Changyi, the military governor of nearby Shannan East Circuit Shannandong Dao, headquartered in modern Xianfen, Hebei, rebelled against Emperor Daizong's rule, Jiǎ Dān participated in the campaign against Ling and captured Jun Prefecture Junzhou. In 782, after Ling's defeat and suicide, Jiǎ was made the military governor of Shannan East Circuit, and in 783 participated in the campaign against another rebel general, Li Zili, the military governor of Huaixi Circuit Huaizai, headquartered in modern Zhoumadian, Henan. In 784, while Emperor Daizong was at Liang Prefecture, after he fled there due to rebellions by the general Zhu Sai and Lai Huaiguang, there was an occasion when Jiǎ sent his officer Fan Zi to make reports to Emperor Daizong. After Fan's return, there was suddenly an imperial edict issued making Fan the military governor of Shannan East Circuit and recalling Jiǎ to Emperor Daizong's location to serve as the Minister of Public Works Gongbu Shangshu. When the edict arrived, Jiǎ was hosting a feast, and he received the edict as if nothing had happened. After the feast was over, he informed Fan of his promotion and immediately began the transition, including having the other officers greet Fan as their new superior. The officer Zhang Xianfu was angered, believing that Fan had treacherously seized Jia's position, and he wanted to kill Fan. Jia stopped him, pointing out that because Fan had imperial sanction, he was the proper military governor. That same day, he left his post and headed for the emperor's location, taking Zhang with him to avoid any further disturbance. Jia was soon made the defender of the eastern capital Luoyang. In 786, after the death of Li Cheng, the military governor of Yiqing Circuit Yicheng, headquartered in modern Anyang, Henan, Jia was made the military governor of Yicheng. At that time, Li Na, the military governor of neighboring Pinglu Circuit Pinglu, headquartered in modern Taiyuan, Shandong, who had previously rebelled against Emperor Dezong, but later resubmitted albeit nominally, was still viewed as a threat to the circuits loyal to the imperial regime. On an occasion when Pinglu soldiers, returning from a posting to the western border with Tufan, were going through Yicheng on the way back to Pinglu, Jia's subordinates, worried that they might act against Yicheng, suggested that they be kept outside the city walls of Yicheng's headquarters Hua Prefecture Huazhu. Jia, reasoning that it was improper to let soldiers from a neighboring circuit rest in the open air, welcomed them inside, and the Pinglu soldiers did not dare to create any disturbance. Jia also often hunted on the borders with Pinglu, often venturing into Pinglu territory. When Lai Na received these reports, he was pleased that Jia did not consider him hostile and admired Jia for his openness and therefore did not carry out any hostile actions against Yicheng. In 793, Jia was recalled to Chang'an to serve as Yupushi, one of the heads of the Executive Bureau of Government Shangshu Sheng. He was also given the designation Tongzhongshu Mengxia Pingzhengxi Tongzhongshu Menzia Pingzhengxi, making him a chancellor, serving with Lu Zhai Tang Dynasty, Zhaojing, and Lu Mai. In 800, when Lu Kun, the military governor of Yiqing, died, Jiǎ Dan advocated that Emperor Dezong commission a military governor without first consulting the officers of the circuit, believing that such consultation showed weakness. Emperor Dezong agreed and directly made the official Li Yuansu the military governor of Yicheng. In 801, Jia completed a 40-volume work that included a large map of the Chinese and the non-Chinese populations, and descriptions of the various circuits of Tang, as well as foreign nations, see further below. Emperor Dezong awarded him with a number of silk and silver items as well as a horse, and created him the Duke of Wei. During Emperor Shenzong's and Xianzong's reigns, in 805, Emperor Dezong died, and his severely ill son Lai Song became emperor as Emperor Shenzong. Emperor Shenzong's close associate Wang Shuan became the most powerful figure at court, despite his not being a chancellor, and Wang's associates became in charge of many important matters. Jiǎ Dan disliked Wang and his associates and thus offered to retire, but Emperor Shenzong did not approve of the retirement. Jia died later that year, after Emperor Shenzong had passed the throne to his son Lai Chun as Emperor Xianzong and was given posthumous honors. It was said that during Jia's service as chancellor, while he had no major contributions on policy matters, he was virtuous and led by example. Works. Jiǎ Dan was an important contributor to the study of geography in China. Of note are his writings on foreign countries. He began to collect information for his books as early as 784, questioning Chinese and foreign envoys about the geography, origins, and customs of foreign lands, and directed the court of ceremonials to question all foreigners and have their answers recorded precisely. He paid particular attention to foreign countries on the caravan and sea routes, and as a result of his effort, knowledge of countries outside China improved significantly. He produced a number of works on geography, including the 10-volume Huanghuasided Jai Huanghuasida Jai, the 40-volume Gujin, Zhengguo Zian Dao Si Shu Gujin, Zhengguo Zian Dao Si Shu, and a map Heine Huai Tu Haine Huai Tu, map of Chinese and non-Chinese territories in the world. The map depicted China and other countries, including its former colonies in Central Asia, that were lost to the Uyghurs and Tibetans. Huanghu-seated Jia was presented to Emperor Dezong of Tang in 798, while both the 40-volume book and the map were presented to the emperor in 801. Upon its completion in 801, the map was 9.1 ft in length and 10 ft in height, mapped out on a grid scale of 1 inch equaling 100 Li Chinese unit of measuring distance. The map is lost, but a later map of China from the 1136 Hue II map, which has names of foreign places including those to the west of China and Southeast Asia inscribed on the edges, that it took the names from Jiǎ Dān's map. In the 40-volume work that Jia completed in 801, Jia wrote of two common sea trade routes in his day, one from the coast of the Bohai Sea towards Silla in Korea and another. Indeed, Korean vessels dominated the Yellow Sea trade, while most Japanese vessels were forced to venture towards the mouth of the Huai River and Yellow River, and even as far south as Hangzhou Bay. Jia's book contains some of the most accurate accounts of the Arab world in Tang Chinese sources. He wrote that the ships in the Euphrates had to anchor at the mouth of the Euphrates and transfer the trade goods on land towards the capital Baghdad of Dashiguo Abbasid. This was confirmed by the contemporary Arab merchant Shalama, who noted that the draft in Chinese junk ships were too deep to enter the Euphrates, forcing them to land passengers and cargo ashore on smaller boats. A small branch of this extensive second trade route led all the way to Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, East Africa. In his work written between 785 and 805, he described the sea route going into the mouth of the Persian Gulf, and that the medieval Iranians, whom he called the people of Liuohe, had erected ornamental pillars in the sea with torches on it at night that acted as lighthouse beacons for ships that might go astray. Confirming Jia's reports about lighthouses in the Persian Gulf, Arabic writers a century after Jia wrote of the same structures, writers such as al-Masyudi and al-Muqaddasi,